Imagine a single company that had so much power, so much control. If it were a country in terms of assets it would have, it would make it the third biggest economy in the world. Well, that company I'm talking about is BlackRock. BlackRock is a company that is a financial giant based in America, and it has so much control, power over governments, over how decisions are made, not just in government level, business level, and everything else. In total, it controls over $11 trillion in terms of assets. And at the helm of this company is Larry Fink, who is a man who has so much influence and control in most governments around the world. He's also on the board of members of the World Economic Forum, again one of those famous forums where rich go to talk about the world, so to speak. And right now Larry Fink has a massive say on what ESG standards are. I'll go further into what this is after in the video. And then also he has a massive say on how AI is being released, how it's running our lives, how it's affecting money, and how it's going to play its part on the global stage. BlackRock was founded in 1988 by Larry Fink and a small team of people. Now, what predominantly drives Larry Fink is that early in his career, he had a massive loss of $100 million US. Now, this massive loss pushed him to focus on risk management, and because of this, BlackRock was born. And what set Larry Fink apart and BlackRock was his approach to being data-driven. Every decision, every thought, every action was provided and based off of a form of data, and that's what propelled and made BlackRock the company that it is today. And again, he has so much control and influence that after the financial crash 2007 and 2008, he was called up by the Federal Reserve to sort of advise them on how to build back from this, how to recuperate from this. A man with that much power that the government goes to you to ask for power, how to look after this, how to build back from this. You've got some serious influence to be doing that sort of stuff. Now, researching this for this video, I was looking at what ESG standards are, and I'm reading it as I'm saying this to camera, so excuse me for looking down, but I need to get this right because it is very pivotal and very important. ESG stands for Environmental, Social, and Government Standards. Why is it so important, so to speak? And why is there so many people that like it, but also so many people that do not like it, such as like Elon Musk, for example? It sets a guidelines encouraging companies to prioritize things like reducing pollution, promoting fair labor practices, and following strong ethical leadership. Now, on paper, listening to this sounds very good, and I don't see why most people listening to that at face value would have a problem with that. Well, this is the problem with how Larry Fink uses it through BlackRock. With BlackRock stakes in 88% of the S&P 500, so that is the top 500 richest companies in the United States. Fink has a massive leverage over corporate decisions. He uses this influence to push ESG standards, so making sure that these companies follow these standards. Otherwise, in other words, there's going to be repercussions. And a man with that much power, that much influence, do you want to have any repercussions on your company? Losing money, you know, he could ruin you overnight effectively, following the law. But again, a man with that much power, you don't know what's capable of. So saying something like this, you'd think someone like Elon Musk with his company Tesla would be at the top of this list, right? Well, let me say it a different way. Let me present it to you in another way as to why he has an issue with these scores. Tesla is a company focused on clean energy. It has been rated lower on ESG scores compared to other companies. Now, sink this in again. So even though it's a clean energy, it is focused, it is built around clean energy, it has been rated lower on ESG scores than companies with higher carbon emissions simply due to governance or other non-environmental factors. Now, Musk sees this as a flaw, arguing that ESG can sometimes penalize companies that don't fit this rigid agenda. He can write that out, but imagine if you're a smaller company, but you're still a smaller company with many millions on the S&P 500, but again, you can't afford to not be on that list because you could be affected by this. Well, you're screwed. And like I said in one of my previous videos about Yuval Noah Harari, he was a very influential person, and he is an influential person, and he is a central figure at the state of the WEF, the World Economic Forum. This is the group of people who, again, are very, very powerful and influential, and it's sort of like a secret members club, if you want to call it like that. Larry Fink is an influential member of this board. He is in this party of people. He is in this secluded, you know, the elite of the elite group, and he has so much sway over people, and I would argue that he is even more powerful than most governments through his companies. Now, he has a sophisticated, arguably one of the most best AI systems in place that BlackRock is built on, and how it now uses data, how it transforms data, how it utilizes it. Again, he's a very data-driven person, making risks based off of data. Well, the AI system behind this data is called Aladdin, and Aladdin is a sophisticated AI system that has trillions and trillions and trillions of data points around the world, and I'm not making that up. Have a look at it for yourself. And Aladdin takes all of this data effectively, and it helps drive risk management effectively effectively. Should you make this decision based on this or no? But again, at such a high level where you're managing over $11 trillion in terms of assets. So Aladdin constantly monitors global risks from market fluctuations to geopolitical events. And this helps BlackRock stay ahead of any crisis. So again, any issues, it is able to move about, it is able to adapt. Imagine being such a powerful company that any issue you're effectively able to see what the risk is, see what the issue is before it necessarily happens, and pivot and stay at the top. And again, Aladdin doesn't just assess risks, it drives investment strategies by analyzing and identifying profitable opportunities, and this scales BlackRock's decisions in a way that few firms, or if any firm really, can match, solidifying it again at the top. And really, we're only scratching the surface of this. And now if you're listening to this and you're wondering, why should I care about Aladdin? Why does it matter to me? How does this affect me? Well, again, this is at the very, very top, but any decision, every decision that is made here has a trickle down effect, and that is going to affect your grocery prices. That is going to affect your fuel prices. That is going to affect the prices of your house, your investments, anything in real human terms here at our level. That is the knockdown effect, but it is just seen differently. It all starts with decisions at the very, very, very top like this. And someone is effectively making a single decision, but that trickle-down effect, imagine, affects millions, hundreds of millions, maybe even billions of lives on this planet from one AI system. And looking at countries in the world right now, for example, like the UK, which is where I'm from, or the US, or anywhere else like that, there are a lot of different things going up in price. People not being able to pay their bills in the UK, electricity prices in the UK, water prices, heating prices in the UK. Prices just keep going up and up and up for the common person. Obviously, wages are way down, and you're just being compressed like this. Well, look at it from a wider angle. I guarantee in some way, shape or form, this company and this man has an influence on why this is happening to you or how this is happening to you. That trickle down effect. You know, not directly maybe from him or Aladdin in the AI system, but there is going to be some link where this is related to it. Follow the money. I love talking about AI, how it can help us, but again, be aware of how it's also being used as leverage against us on a daily basis. But at the end of the day, this leaves ordinary people out of pocket and unfortunately having a hard time and a hard life when they are working their backsides off harder more than ever, more than one job, and they can't make ends meet. Well, I'm saying this, have a look who is governing you. Have a look at who is really at the top and how the world truly is working right now and is leveraging AI technology. And again, how it's shifting us. Do they have our interests at heart or do they have their bottom line at heart? In other words, what the number is in their bank balance. Now, obviously, at the same time, this Aladdin system isn't perfect. I don't know any scenarios where it's made any mess ups to date personally, but just imagine a company and with this much powerful AI tech and it makes a wrong decision. Imagine what the impact would be on us then, on you then, on your family then, on your children then, on your business, on your money, on your house, on your life as a whole. I don't say this to scare you. I only say this because this is a matter of fact. This is happening in real time right now. If something like this does happen, what have you got in place? What have you got? What's your backup plan? How are you going to handle this? How are you going to being able to pivot like this? Are you in a position where you can even pivot? Or are you at the mercy of the government, of your job, of a provider? Are you working at one of these companies who has to follow these ESG rules? But one thing that is for sure, Larry Fink and his shareholders and all of the people involved at BlackRock at the top are making more money by the day and are becoming more powerful and holding more influence. So to conclude it, if you have one company, that being BlackRock, with so much power and so much influence, how does that shape our future? How does that lead us into this new AI technological age? Where do we go from here? How does this, define us? How does it direct us? And where do we go? I don't know. I don't have the answers to these questions, and all I can do is try and react and use a bit of common sense and learn about it and react accordingly. So take this information, do what you want with it, but again, ask yourself this: should we put that much power, that much influence, and that much ability to affect how the world operates in the hands of one company and one man? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Share your opinion. If you have any ideas of any more videos, any more people I should look at, if you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This really helps push the videos out and helps the channel grow. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.